Tornadoes. They're dark, they're devilish, and they're destructive. Tornado formation and other aspects of its violent nature have drawn in the attention of curious storm chasers every year. Some chasers pursue these events to study them, or to record and document history, and more importantly, maybe even to save lives. Some chasers are in it just for the thrill. But is that ethical? According to the National Weather Service, the United States is hit with the most tornadoes on average per year compared to any other country in the world. The United States' unique geography and climate pattern generates around 1,000 tornadoes every year. And because of its abundance of tornadoes, many storm chasers from all over the country or from elsewhere fly in or drive to tornado-prone areas to go on these storm chasing expeditions. Many of these storm chasers also go and rent vehicles to do so. But unfortunately, tornadoes cause over 1,500 injuries and 80 deaths per year on average. In 2025 alone, tornadoes cost over $17 billion in damages, concentrated in a series of spring and summer tornado outbreaks across the central United States. Without storm chasers considering the costs of these events, that raises the question to whether or not that's ethical. While storms tear through urban areas, disrupting power lines, destroying houses, and even other objects, an ignorant outlook into a tornado's costs can be unethical. While reading through Anthony Lawick's Tragedy and Ethics in Storm Chasing, here are a few key takeaways I got from his essay. The first key takeaway I got was joy versus suffering in storm chasing. Tornadoes are an extreme weather phenomenon that drag in the attention of curious storm chasers. While many of these storm chasers let loose on camera, cheering and celebrating with others in the vehicle, they later post them to social media without thinking about how their excitement translates to those who are seriously affected by those weather events. Meanwhile, the video is capturing the destruction of a tornado as it tears through an urban population. The public often criticizes storm chasers for taking joy in the suffering of others when they see these types of videos. And the second key takeaway I got was the use of rental cars in storm chasing. Another ethical implication lies within the usage of rental cars to bear in these additional costs from tornadoes that the storm chasers otherwise might avoid in their own car. This picture here shows what seems to be a rental car with a cracked windshield and dents on the front of their car, which is most likely caused by large baseball-sized hail. While some storm chasers believe that the damage done to their rental cars from these storms were unintentional, that trend seems to be untrue. Most of the chasers tend to pay for the optional damage waiver for their rental car, which would then free them from financial responsibilities and liabilities for the vehicle in an event of loss or damage. And whether this is ethical or not lies within the storm chasers' willingness to bear these costs, even if not from their own vehicle. And my next point highlights the different types of storm chasers, according to Larry Fleury's TED Talk on the ethics of storm chasing. Larry Fleury, a storm spotter from the National Weather Service's Skywarn program, mentions that there's sort of a dichotomy within the storm chasing community. On one path, you have these proactive storm chasers who are trying to study these events and to gain a better understanding of how to save people's lives. You also have these people who are trying to document these historical records, and also to inform the media and other places around them of what's really happening. And on the other hand, you have the reactive chasers. And these people are out for different reasons, like getting an adrenaline rush. And if these people want to get the best shot of a tornado, they might disobey traffic laws, putting not only themselves but other people in danger as well. If storm chasing is something that you're interested in doing, go pursue it. I agree that tornadoes are fascinating, they're thrilling to go after, but we need to be mindful of how we pursue these events. We need to remember that storm chasing isn't just for gaining aura, which yes, it can be if you do it the right way, but tornadoes are something that are actually scary. They're dangerous, they cost people's lives, they destroy their houses, and they devastate their communities. Being a good, ethical storm chaser has some groundwork and some rules. It's necessary and helpful to develop good situational awareness and also to be an educated storm chaser. Mr. Fleury mentions that you can take a storm spotting class with the National Weather Service. This is something that's not time-consuming and can also be done online. Being educated is critical to understanding a meteorologist's language, and it's especially important before you go out and chase. And it's also critical to understanding the unexpected nature of tornadoes. For example, if you're driving north while you're storm chasing and you realize that you should have gone south, storm chasing might not be for you. And to wrap up my final points, while you're out going on a storm chasing expedition, please be safe and aware of what lives are going to be impacted by these events, especially if you're going through an urban area. While some people are lucky to make it out of these events alive, some people don't get that same luck. And while storm chasing only continues to grow in popularity, my hope and goal is to raise ethical awareness to the lives that are seriously impacted and affected by these dangerous events, and to help those who bear the costs or need protection that we can provide them in any way that we can.